you, Renee.
Questions?
Have we nailed down any other three non-conference games for 2014?
That's perfect.
Say it again.
We still have three non-conference games that we need to schedule for 2014.
Yes.
Are we making any progress there?
Yes, making a lot of progress. Next. No, just kidding. We schedule on three philosophies here on scheduling. We do it for budget reasons, we do it for competitive advantage, and we do it to expand our season ticket base. I saw Julie Bates. She smiled when I said budget reasons. She's our CFO of the whole system, so she got a big smile when I said that. But so yeah, we're narrowing down. We can't officially announce anything, but I promise you, we talk about building a national brand. Well, building a national brand, and Harsin and I talk about this all the time. You got to win your conference, and you got to beat people you're not supposed to beat. Well, how do you do that? You got to play them, right? So you got to schedule them if you're going to play them, right? So that's what we're doing, and we're trying to do it so that one of our three prongs, competitive advantage, we're playing teams that we think that we can compete with. So we've got, we talked a little bit about that. I gave a guy a little present on the going away present when he was leaving. Tennessee, we're playing Tennessee in 14, and then we've got a couple of other we're trying to schedule. Some of the big news today, home and home. It's not official yet, but we're very excited. I talk about bringing in top brands, building a brand. Well, you build a brand, you got to bring in the top 10 brands. We're going to be a statewide program, right? Well, in order to be a statewide program, you got to get people to come to Jonesboro first and foremost, all right? And then you can play other places after that.
Who is it?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Who you bring him in?
You go ahead. You're ready.
I'll answer that. I already did today. Any other questions?
At your press conference, you said you asked the receivers if any of them could pass. Can they?
Not very well. Otherwise, it'd be a quarter. We got 18 quarterbacks right now, so we've tried everybody there. But we got a couple. We do, and that will be part of what we do. That's the fun part. And I've always enjoyed that as a coach, is trying to add some creativity in there and letting guys do things they normally don't do. And they enjoy it, and everybody wants to throw the ball, and so everybody's trying that and trying out for quarterbacks. So if they can do something like that, we're going to put them in there. And I'll just go right into it right now before you ask. The quarterback situation. We got enough quarterbacks, I promise you that. And we will have somebody behind center on game one. We just don't know who that is yet. Adam Kennedy, the transfer, is on campus right now, and then Cameron Burse, our freshman quarterback from California, will be here in the second summer session. And going back to spring, felt like Philip Butterfield did a nice job there. Stephen Hogan was a nice surprise, a guy that played wide receiver the year before. And I remember going through the bios, and I was looking at his stats. I didn't see a receiver in there from high school. I saw threw for 2,500 yards, 28 touchdowns, 3 picks. This guy played quarterback? And where is he? It's that guy right there. Okay, let's get him over here and take a look at him. So he was a nice surprise to have out there. Chandler Rogers, one of our JC quarterbacks that came in, getting into the system, getting into the flow, has done a nice job. And then Freddie Knighton's a guy that's electric. He does a lot of things. And he did that in our scrimmages. He did in the spring game, and so he's another guy that's in the mix. So we've got plenty of healthy competition there at that position, and I'm real excited about from the offensive side the depth, at all positions there, and on the defensive side, utilizing Rocky Hayes there a little bit more at corner. Being an offensive guy, I know if it's hard for them to score, that makes my job a whole lot easier. So we put Rocky over there, and we play great defense. We're going to be able to put some points up on the board. So felt very good about the position changes and where we've moved guys and where they are right now.
What about your punter situation? You lost both your punters.
I didn't talk about special teams, all right, on purpose. Okay, we did. We did some things in spring. Brian Davis did some punting. We're going to have some guys that will be coming in fall. That hopefully can provide a little relief there as well and some depth. And, we need that. And then Coach Riddle, who is our special teams coordinator that worked with me at Boise State, he's a creative guy. We've already talked about that, what we have to do. There's rugby punt, there's traditional punt, there's all sorts of things that we can do. And I think there's probably an idea, I think, around this community, right, to never punt. Is that correct? There's a high school around here that never punts. So I'm doing some research on that too. So we'll find out. Yes, sir.
I was going to say, so the quarterback that can punt the best, is that the guy's going to be?
It might be. That's exactly it. It might be.
What's the status of the indoor practice facility, and are you going to be able to use that for recruiting purposes, just telling people, hey, check out this new facility we're building?
Absolutely, and that was very well asked right there. And we will start in recruiting. Absolutely, and that's a huge part of it. What that does. Let me go back to have an indoor facility to utilize that at Boise State, for example. You're always able to practice. There is no reason why you cannot be out there getting some work done, whether you're with the coaches or you're on your own. So that's a competitive advantage right there. The guys can always go get work regardless of the weather outside. As far as recruiting goes, that shows exactly what I was talking about. It shows that we're making strides in the right direction. We're putting money into the program. We're doing things facility-wise to grow the program. And it's not just happening there, it's happening on campus as well. And so all those things, those are important now in the recruiting process, that, hey, this is the best of the best. And the facility that, we've designed and they've designed and had put together, it's as good as anywhere in the country. And so those things, we hope this year, we're going to break ground on it, and we hope that we'll have that up and running soon. And we know we do our jobs on the football field. Those things come a lot faster, and that's what we're preparing for and what we want.
Hell yes, Coach.
Hell yes.
And I'll follow up on that. Part of the reason why we're where we are with the facility is because I've held it up. Okay, I've held it up because when I got here, it was just an operations facility in an indoor facility. Well, in this day and age, building a $25 million facility without having revenue generating areas attached to it is not a good idea. So we've also redesigned a little bit, not the operations or the indoor side, but redesigned the end zone. We're going to be putting 600 club seats and also about 240 loge box seats in there as well to actually generate money. You've heard me talk about this a lot. We're doing down 2 parallel tracks. We got to build our budget. We got to build capital projects. And so we should be starting construction. If everything goes right, we still have to get approval from the state and everything like that. We should be starting in the spring. So awesome.
Yes, sir.
Coach, I know we're going to get a three-peat this year, but I was just wondering, what's your take on the Sun Belt Conference? There's been a lot of changes, new teams coming in, and some of the old ones leaving. So what's your take on it?
Yeah, that's probably a good thing, being a new coach with all the changes. We just were at our Sun Belt meetings this last week, and so getting a chance to sit in there with the other head coaches and go through rule changes and things just for college football in general, but to go through our conference. The one thing I know, studying these teams, there's good football teams in the Sun Belt. There's great head coaches in the Sun Belt. Getting a chance to be around those guys. And so it is a competitive league. And, what Arkansas State's been able to do the last 2 years to win that has been very impressive. And our guys, we understand that's our goal, is to win our league, to win our championship. At the same time, we know the bullseye's bigger because of what we've done. I know Troy had been a team prior to that had won it for many years, and Arkansas State came in there and knocked them off. Well, I know there's a lot of teams in there that are trying to do the same thing again now. After you've had a couple years of doing that, they want the same results for their team. So the one thing I'd say about the league, just studying the players, the teams, the coaches that have come in there, it's as good as any league I've been in now. I really do. I believe that. And I think these guys understand that. I think the players we have, being around them and coaching them, are top notch. And I'm excited about, hey, we win that league and we do what we're talking about. That puts us in a situation that we can hopefully be in one of those opportunities to be in a bigger bowl game and have a chance to maybe get in that playoff system when that starts up in 14. Yes, sir.
Anything new on the buzz about this possibility of moving the Little Caesars Bowl to War Memorial?
Yes. Chris Peterson, the UALR athletic director, is working with some folks in the city here, the Rice Federation and some other folks, to try to create a Rice Bowl, so to speak. And it's just talks, and we're talking to other bowls as well. So you guys asked me a question, I'm pretty candid. I always am. And so that would be very good for us in our league and also the MAC. I don't know if it's necessarily going to take the place of the Little Caesar Bowl, this is going to be an additional bowl. Remember, we're adding in about 7 new FBS members, plus some of the teams that were ineligible last few years are now going to be eligible again. So there's a lot more teams that need bowl games that will be bowl eligible.
11 team league, no playoff, no league conference championship game. Still an 8-game conference schedule. How will that be determined in place? Do you know, find out game time?
We already actually have a little bit of a schematic about who we're going to be playing then. It's just really kind of the luck of the draw, really. Actually, it's luck of the draw a little bit. It's also a little bit has something to do with ESPN. Before we announce the schedule, ESPN will look at the matchups possibly, and they get early matchups. So that's why we're playing Troy for third game of the season, or third week of the season, because they want those early matchups. So sometimes TV dictates, or sometimes it depends on whether you played them the year before or not. So.
What is were you looking at me or him?
No, I'm getting we're dancing bears. We're getting that from Hankins. Like, get off. Go ahead.
What is the philosophy going to be on the games that get guarantee games on the road, and to please beat Auburn?
Answer the Auburn part.
Yeah, well, he can answer the Auburn part real quick. Our philosophy is we had to play 2 advanced training games in the past. All right, that's 2. People call them buy games or money games. Now we're down to 1. Okay, so that's why it's so important for you guys to buy season tickets, join the Red Bulls Foundation. We're trying to maximize our revenue as much as we possibly can. So usually we're not, unless it's a competitive advantage, we're not going to usually leave Jonesboro and play someone just for a buy game unless it's $1 million. That's kind of our price tag. I'll let him answer the question about Auburn.
We're excited about the game. I know that. Our players are excited. You know, it's coach speak. You don't want to look past the first game, but there's games on the schedule that players, and obviously because of the prior relationship and all that, they're excited about it. And they want to get in there and play in that venue. That'd be a great opportunity for us to go in there and play, and then we want to make sure that we put ourselves hopefully in a position to be competitive at the end of the game and have a chance to win it, any of those games. So that's key for us in every team we play.